Don't worry, lover. Don't worry, friend. Don't worry, partner. This is not the end. We time coming back again. It's so much my heart could take. I feel like I'm born
Boom bam bam, President Chad here at All Stars Panyard. We're with Ronda, flag weaver, flag dancer for the past 12 years. What are we doing at All Stars Panyard? Well, you know, we're doing the Carnival edition. So, what is Carnival without Pan? Must talk about Pan. Pan is a big part of the thing. So, Ronda, what is the selection you are playing this year?
Stage on Fire.
Okay, lovely, lovely. And we're going to expect to see you in front.
Of course.
Lovely, lovely. So, I hear you telling customers that you have some new items that only came out today. Talk to me about them.
Okay, well, this is supposed to be smooth last year as well, right? So in order, we just give him a nice piece, which is his t-shirt. It's called Smooth Trinidad All Stars. We have a variety of colors.
Is a dedication
a
to him?
dedication to him because this is also his last year.
All right. And how long has All Stars, you're celebrating an anniversary this year?
88 years.
88 years. Wow. That's way longer than you and I.
Yep. Maybe if we add the age, we might make it.
Just might make it. Talk to me. What is your experience, you know, with All Stars? What makes All Stars special to you?
We are like a family, right? One head hurts, everybody head hurts. We, from the captain, he come like the big daddy. And then we have the few where we call the aunties and the mummies and, you know.
What are you, an auntie or a mummy?
I'm both. Yeah, I'm an auntie, I'm a mummy, whatever you wish to call me, sister, anything.
So how do you feel about your chances this year?
My chances this year? I will say
your chances, All Stars chances.
Our chances this year, Massy Trinidad All Stars. We are a final night band, so that just speaks for itself.
You expect to reach to the final?
Of course.
And you expect to do well?
Of course.
How was thing? I mean, I've only been here a little while, but in the time I've been here, I've seen a lot of customers coming in. And how has traffic been for the season?
Well, we started late to be sure about it, but we really started late. We opened about last week, but sales has picked up, and everybody come in, and now they get in the different colors that they want. It's going to pick up from tonight go onwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that impressed me when I entered the yard and entered the space is the diversity. It's not just a panyard.
No.
Clearly, the orchestra has decided that they want to try to be sustainable, right? And there's been, I see, have places selling food. I'm hearing you have other establishments in this structure here.
We have even a playway booths. We have the mass section across on that end. We have Tanti down after the bar with the food, all the delights they want to get. And yeah, it's very cool.
And it's be open all through the year?
All through the year.
So, it don't need to be carnival time for you to come out and check All Stars, corner Duke and George Street in Port of Spain. Thank you very much, my dear.
The waiting is over, the waiting is done. Time now to burn down the town. Stage on fire, 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 stage on fire. Fire, 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 burn it down. Fire, 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 burn it down.
So we're here at All Stars Panyard, and I hear that their trophy room is as big as Old Trafford's. So let's go.
Time now to burn down the town. Fire, 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 fire. We don't want no water. All stars they ready, fans in a frenzy. They ready for the festival. Despos and Moku, them fans from Tobago. They ready for the bacchanal. The waiting is over, the waiting is done. Time now to burn down the town. The waiting is over, the waiting is done. Time now to burn down the town. Stage on fire, 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 stage on fire. Fire, 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 burn it down. Fire, 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 fire.
President Chad here, talking with some veterans from the All Star Panyard. I have the man Webb, a former captain of All Stars, and I'm inside with Colin Bishop, former secretary of All Stars. So gentlemen, I really appreciate your time. Give me somebody, for people who don't know, and I will include myself in that, right? Give me some of the history of All Stars. How old is All Stars, and what were some of the origins as far as you all know?
Well, All Stars, as far as the steel band is concerned, we started around 1935.
Wow,
And
long
that-
time.
Oh yeah, that's a long time. As a matter of fact, we are definitely one of the oldest, if not the oldest steel band in the world.
Was the name always All Stars? Were you all always associated with Mass? You know, how did that chemistry work out?
The name wasn't all. We didn't start as All Stars. We started with some different thing. USS Bad Behavior.
USS Bad Behavior?
Yeah, Bad Behavior.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
mass that we used to play. So that was the name.
All right.
And we had bands, things like Second Fiddle, Crosser Lorraine. These are names that All Stars carried before they became All Stars.
So All Stars has been around for 88 years.
Yeah.
And you all have a lot of history. I was just upstairs in the trophy room. And there's a lot of trophies, right? And you all actually have a whole room full of trophies. So tell us, you know, some of All Stars' first over
I would say the most significant first would have been the first band to use rubber on pan sticks, because prior to that, that wasn't the status quo at the time. Right?
Well, I know everybody does that now, so tell me, how do you used to play pan back in the day? Just with regular sticks, with no rubber on it?
Yes, that's what, remember, steel band as we know it is a continually evolving, some people call it an art form, right? So it's by informal experimentation. People are all in silos doing their own thing, and then it just emerges on a public forum. So people just used to play pan with pan sticks, presumably, and then All Stars introduced rubber on sticks, which is now commonplace, which theoretically you can't generate a sound. The sound is not the same without the rubber. So I would like to think the most significant first, right? All Stars have the world here in steel pan. I think that's, in my opinion, that's the most significant first.
I would agree with that.
England, and we were, at least as far as I know, the first steel band to perform in the Royal Albert Hall, I believe is the full name of it, and it was well received, right? Because from the time that I am aware of, the band has always attempted to serve the broadest format of mainstream music, which is classics, right? It's not popular in Trinidad, but in the outside world, classics is what people, you know, go for, right? And we have always been associated with classics, preparing and producing concerts that feature classical music by the master composers of centuries gone by. So I think that helped along a significant way in getting the reception that the band got in England in that performance.
Okay, nice. One of my first memories of Carnival on the whole is what they used to call pan round the neck.
Right.
I was probably about 5 years old. I don't think I was 6, so probably 4 or 5.
Right.
And I was pushing pan. The truth is I was more riding pan.
Right.
I was on the pan, and my mother used to play pan.
Right.
So I was with her, and I would have been riding this pan, you know, where they used to, the Agricultural Development Bank used to be. That is my memory on this pan, you know, hearing pan music on this setup, riding it, and seeing the dark night turn into blue skies in the morning.
Right.
I mean, those things, I don't think we have that same experience anymore. I don't think we just we don't do that anymore. That pan around the neck where you're just playing pan, probably after Panorama all night, pushing pan around town. But you will think pan has evolved throughout time.
Well, there has been a lot of evolution as far as evolution with the pan. For instance, we were just speaking about classics. The idea of All Stars took the classical music and put it in calypso tempo. Now we are the first band that did this in 1958. Minuet in G. Yeah, Minuet in G. So there's a lot of firsts. We are the first band that gave a concert with only classics. Normally that was not a norm in Trinidad. But we gave a concert, and people believed that it would never work, but it did work. That today we had, I mean this year or last year, we had the 13th or the 14th classical, they call it classical jewels, but only classics.
And people love it.
Of course, we always sell out.
What should be? Trinidadians like good thing, you know. And one thing, good thing is good music. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me a little bit about what we're doing this year. What is the song you're all playing, and who's the arranger?
Well, this year the band has under the stewardship of now a veteran but still a genius, Mr. Leon Smooth Edwards. We're presenting a song called Stage on Fire that was composed by Curtis Marcelin and vocalized by Dilena Diamond. And that's the entry that we intend to enthrall the audience with at the next juncture.
So I just want to touch a little bit on you know, some pan history. Talk to me a little bit about Neville Jules.
Okay, Jules is responsible for certain pans I'm going to call here now that they don't have it
Anymore.
The grande, the quattro pan, the trombone pan, the tune boom. These are pans that they don't have anymore. But one must ask yourself this question. All the pans that we have now came from those pans.
Those were the inspiration.
Came from those pans. Grande, even the bass. It is known that Jules did the bass. First bass pan. He did and how did he do the quattro pan is because he heard some people playing quattro. He said that I'm gonna make a pan to sound like that.
Song like that.
And that's so steel pan. That's why I told you that the history of the pan is very, very wide, very, very wide. Jules used to make pan to hear how the music that he wanted to hear. He would make a pan for it. So most of the pans, as I explained, we used to call it by a different name. So second pan and the quadrophonic and all these pans that they have now came from those pans. There's no other pan that had grandics, and that's Neville Jules. It's grandic pan came from the name of a radio, grandic radio. That's how they named the pan.
Wow, as stuff you don't get in books. You know, you don't get in books.
That's the tragedy, the steel band of the history of steel pan and the history of steel band is not completely documented by the creators of the history. What you see happen is people from other countries attempting to do or present those pieces of information, my personal view is that's a tragedy. We should have been producing those accounts of history because we lived it, we were part of it.
Correct. Yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed. So gentlemen, what do you think about your chances this year? I know you all will be biased, but talk to me, what do you think about your chances this year in Panorama?
Chances, that doesn't resonate with me personally. When I first got indoctrinated into this organization, I was told to focus on the performance. The result, what the mentor at that time said, when you go to this savannah, you're going to see two groups of people, 7 people on a table and 7,000 people. When we go there, we go for the 7,000 because they paid their money to be entertained and we owe them a show. So I do my part, which is to perform, and the rest is up to somebody other than myself. So I'm not interested in the results. I'm interested in delivering a performance for the audience.
I love that. Love that. I really appreciate your time and looking forward to you all have all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This year they're winning. We're ready for the festival. The waiting is over. The waiting is done. Time now to burn down the town. The waiting is over. The waiting is done. Time now to burn down the town. Stage on fire. Stage on fire. Stage on fire. Stage on fire. Stage on fire.
So I'm here with the lady Denise Riley, and we're going to talk a little bit about All Stars, because All Stars is not just an orchestra.
No, it's not.
All Stars is also a mass band that actually has 2 Band of the Year titles to boast. So, talk to me about the mass segment of All Stars.
All right. From what I know, from what I've been told, and from what I know as a child, because I grew up in Port of Spain, so I grew up looking at Mass on Frederick Street, opposite Mark Williams. So, All Stars has been playing sailor for ever since. Yes, they started from it started from a tambo bamboo band. It evolved into the steel band as we know it, and so they've been playing sailor for all those years, but white sailor, powder. Yes, that's it, pan and powder. It's been like that for years.
Pan and powder.
Yes. We've only started doing fashion on a Monday. Oh, that's probably going into 14 or 15 years now we've been doing that. I may be wrong, but somebody will correct me, yes, eventually. However, we started doing fashion and bringing, having our sections more organized, yes. So, and it is evolving. So,
how many sections you all have this year?
From what I think we have about 14, yes, 12 to 14 sections.
12 to 14
sections. That spreads across Monday and Tuesday. Monday having the more sections. Yes, Monday has more sections than Tuesday. But Tuesday the band is always huge because people. A lot of individualists, so they come out in their white tunics and everything, but of course there are other sections where the people simply like to be like sailors or show simple, casual sailors, but most of the sailors in front, that's the ones in front where the uniforms, they do their own thing and they come out, and afterwards you have a bit of color with the other little sections, yeah. But on Monday it is fashion, so it's pretty and very colorful.
So what is the name of the band this year?
Fleets in Adrenaline City, Destination TNT.
All right, nice. Give us. You've already shared so much, right? I know I've learned so much since I've been here about things that I did not know as far as not just All Stars history, but Carnival and Pan history. But share something with us, something that you consider unique about All Stars Mass Band.
I would say there are other sailor bands, they come out, they play sailor, but the authentic Carnival sailor as we know it, as it began, it is still brought out by Trinidad All Stars in a large form. So it is really the only authentic sailor band on the streets in Port of Spain. There are other small bands that will come out, but sailor with steel band, with all the works and the powder, at Trinidad All Stars, and it's the only one. Yes. And I could be stand corrected, but to me it is the only one. Yes.
All right, so we will definitely be looking out for All Stars on Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
And you know what? You're going to be getting footage of it right here on the United Hour. So we outside.
Yes.